And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 5K coverage here on MLG.TV. Courage joined by Chance. Chance, I know you're eating right now, so I'm going to quickly give us an update to where we stand in the tournament. We are now in the semifinals. If you are just joining us, this is the Dominators pickup team, which is Scump, Saints, Mochilla, and JCap up against Mutiny. Am I mistaken? Yeah, Mutiny. Winner of this moves on to the grand finals on the other side of the bracket. ISO versus Strictly Business. Strictly Business playing with Formal earlier on. Scump came to the realization that Formal was playing on a team without Scump on it, and Scump was upset and tweeted saying, "Don't make me beat you," and Formal said, "I'll see you in the finals." So hopefully those two teams will match up, because it'll be funny to see which Optic player is able to take it home. One team kill already coming out of Lev on Nelson. Early control though, going to Mutiny.
I mean, yeah, I did say it was going to be a hot 3-0. And despite there being 2 hard points in this series, I feel very confident in my prediction, 100%. They have a 23-0 lead. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to not let them score a single point, but that's already going to be incorrect. Lacefield, though, having a pretty nice start, was able to get 2, trying to get in the hill. He's on a 3 streak right now, sitting at 5-1, doing a lot of work on the first hill, to be quite frank. They are going to have quite a big lead trying to rotate into Eskies. There's 2 players trying to get those cutoffs on ice. However, Reviction is going to be able to come up behind them and pick up JCap before Scump finally shuts him down.
5-1 start out of Lev, 40-5 basically, going into this second hill. Early control going to go to Scump and the boys there on the Dominators. Love this movement from Lev. He's going to get a great spot up top, but he gets cut down by Mochilla. The kill's being traded though. Nuglet winds up finding a 2-piece of his own. Scump trying to stay alive, picks up 1 kill. He's going to get pushed from top. Eskies spots the player, but he winds up falling.
You know, this team, I recognize pretty much all of their names, but I think the only one I've ever seen perform on lane is Nelson. And I know I have seen Nelson quite a few times where he just has absolutely massive games and had very impressive performances. But whether or not he'll be able to do that against a team as powerful as the Dominators are, is yet to be seen. But either way, a very competitive match thus far. They obviously have about a 30-point lead. Looks like they're going to be trying to give up that scrap time over by the Eskies Hill and focus on the rotation of blue. They already have 2 people on side, and right now Scump is trying to hunt them down on the inside. He is able to pick up 1 on Nuglet there. So it looks like early control is going to go in favor of the Dominators, who also were able to get down the scrap time over by Eskies.
3 players beginning to push in. Nelson gets the first kill, but taken out from behind. JCap gets traded. Control now going to Mutiny. Mochilla, though, with the 2-piece, gets his team in control of the hill.
You know, this is one of those things where we saw them play on this map earlier, and Saints basically at some point just completely turned it on and destroyed.
Yeah.
And I believe it was in this blue hill where we saw him actually get a 4-piece. Again, however, one was on his teammate Reviction right there, though. Getting a 3-piece of his own, been quite a bit of blue in this kill feed with past few kills. Scumpy finally changing up the colors a little bit, taking out Reviction with the grenade. But either way, this team has done a very good job at fending off the Dominators, at least early on. They've, broken the hill, had it rebroken, and then they've rebroken again, making a very back-and-forth game early on, but still nearly a 30-point lead. Only 8 seconds left on this blue hill. Looks like potentially they could pick up the scrap time, but they need to start fighting for that rotation over the green flag, because it looks like it's definitely going in favor of the Dominators.
Chance, I can tell you in 2 ways how this Dominators team is losing this game. First is that when they get control of the hill, they're dying very quickly in it. So finally they'll break and they'll hold it for 4 seconds, and then boom, they'll get wiped out. On the other side of things, you have Mutiny, who will break the hill and then hold it for 15, 20 seconds. Right there on that last blue hill, you saw a break finally come in from the Dominators, and then there was a team kill and JCap wound up falling. They immediately gave back control. The other thing, Scump was 4-7 to start this game after the first 3 minutes of play. Now sitting at 7-10, he needs to begin to heat up for his team. Finally, control going to the Dominators. They're up 76-74. Can they continue to keep control of green?
You know, this might turn into the game where the leads exchange back and forth multiple times. However, the Dominators look like potentially they might be able to run away with this one. There was 2 players coming off the flank through middle bio and 2 players coming through green, and the Dominators recognized that and had 2 players focusing on each direction and counter that perfectly. And it looks like they were able to pick up pretty much the entirety of that green plat hill and extend their lead to 20 points. However, Nelson and Lacefield trying to work in tandem on this middle hill, seeing if they can lock it down. However, JCap and Scumpy are going to storm right in. All
Beautiful
of Nuggets
pitch.
to try and fend them off.
that right there is exactly how you break the mid-bio hill. You send 2 players from snow, 1 player from purple, and 1 player from ice, and you just flood and trade the kills. It wasn't like they 4-0 swept, but they went in, they found the 2 kills they needed. They had 2 players die on their team, but because of the numbers advantage, they were easily able to take control of it. Now with a 24-second lead, but here comes the push from Mutiny. They have 2 players alive inside the hill. J-Cap gets the 2-piece, but he gets taken out from behind. Thankfully for him, though, Saints is able to clean up that last kill. 30-second lead and rising. This is what you expected to see from the Dominators.
You know, and it's kind of huge for them, too, because on the first 3 hills, they got beat repeatedly by the other squad. They were able to, you know, lose 10 seconds here, lose 20 seconds here, and at one point going into blue, they were down by a solid 40 seconds. But then green plat, they really were just able to explode the lead, and they're Nuglet right there, getting a 3-piece, hitting 2, making up for his team earlier with those bioacid barrels. But either way, really the Dominators are a team that you're going to have to keep chiseling away, but if you ever let up the gas pedal, they're going to be able to completely blow you out of the water.
He's spinning in circles.
That's what we saw.
Nuglet just started spinning in circles. Saints finds 2 kills. Winds up falling to Reviction, though. And this is the hill that we saw earlier on. The Mutiny did a great job of holding. They're doing it yet again. Reviction utilizing that double jump strategy to kind of keep your teammate, your opponents always on their toes, trying to hide exactly where you are at all times. Lev finds the 2-piece, getting the entry kills again. Gets help with the 3rd, and just like that, Chance, we should have a tied game here momentarily as we're down to our final 4 minutes. Oh, he can't be killed.
That's huge for them to be able to pull that off on this hill, too. Again, you don't want to let the Dominator start to run away with it. And Lacefield, once again, going off, had a very strong start again, was 5-1 right off the break, and once again, is going to be on a 4 streak for his team. But again, they don't have control of Eskies yet. We saw they were able to break it last time. They're going to be trying to do the exact same thing. They're really going to need to shut down Saints, who picked up a 3-piece right there. Now, he's going to be on his 4 streak, but they're able to do just that. Reviction gets that kill. You can see 3 blue arrows completely swarming the hill, and they're able to break it.
It's 130 to 127, and let me ask you something, Chance. When's the last time you ever saw a Scump start a game 12-22?
I would say like maybe Cab Champs, but I'm pretty sure straight across the board, he'd always had like one of the best KDs at every single event. So not often. It's more even surprising that he doesn't even have that many engagements. Like, not only is he not picking up the kills, normally he's the most aggressive player finding all of the gunfights, but this time it's just Saints trying to lead his team to victory. Has the most kills on his team, nearly has the most deaths. He's doing it all. We've seen him pick up multiple 2-pieces, quite a few 3-pieces as well, just completely playing his butt off, and they're able to retake the lead once again on Eskies, but again, it's going to be that fight for blue.
Saints winds up falling outside of blue and full control now of this hard point to Mutiny. Going to be up to the Dominators to break this. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. The first entry kill comes from Mochilla. B. Nelson winds up picking up the kill on Saints. Still 2 players, though, from the Dominators beginning to push in. A big gunfight win from Reviction. 2 more kills coming out of Mutiny. They continue to have full control of the blue hill as their lead is now pushing 20 seconds here, Chance.
Yeah, Reviction picked a very nice time to go on.
Oh my goodness!
6 as he just completely lights Scump up right there. Blue hill, obviously the hill to get the most time. So if you're able to start to run away on this one, you're going to be able to rack up a solid 40-45 seconds, and that's exactly what they're doing right there. Scump finally showing up in the kill feed, able to get a 2-piece of his own to help break it. But again, even if they get all of the scrap time, they're going to be going down into the green pat hill, down by a few seconds. However, it looks like they're going to get the rotations down once again. You can see those blue arrows spawning up all the way by that corner building next to purple. They have quite a bit of a hike to go, so it looks like the Dominators might be able to retake the lead here in a second.
Saints is really the only reason why his team's in this game. 38-26, 5 streak, 10 captures. Mochilla staying alive inside the hill. He's got that bow back in hand, 174 to 174. Wins that gunfight up against Lev. The trade coming in. Saints, though, answering right back, just shy of his 40 bomb. We still have a tied game, Chance. The lead going back and forth, and with 90 seconds remaining, this game 1 of the semifinals could go either way.
They're really going to need to get as much time on this green plat hill as possible. Last time around in that middle bio hill, the Dominators were able to pick up quite a bit of time, so they're definitely going to need going into it. Looks like they do have a nearly 20-second point lead. However, it is going to be 4 down for them, so the Dominators potentially could tie this up once again. However, Lacefield and Reviction trying to stop that if at all possible. So many nades flying in right now, but again, Scum finally showing up in the kill feed, was able to pick up 2. However, Nuglet going to get the scrap time, so they're going to have about a 15-second lead going into the final hill. The Dominators, though, in control of it.
Dominators have full control of mid-bio. They have one player sitting bottom snow to make sure there's no spawn there. Nelson trying to stay alive in red alley. There goes the entry kill. Now the push in. Scump finds 2 kills of his own, though. Another player pushing in from red. Scump's going to get beaten down. They're going to use the smoke strategy, something we've seen from Fizzerp in the past, especially on Solar. 2 players wind up falling. Lev finds a kill on Mochilla, and this is their entire strategy. Just contest and lay down. 7-second difference. Make it a 5-second difference. This can go either way. Nelson pushes in, finds a 2-piece. He winds up falling. 4 seconds separating these 2 teams. More smokes beginning to pile in. Lev finds a kill. He's staying alive, and they're all laying down. Saint's going to have to try to spot these players. They're spraying through the smoke, and this is looking like it's gonna be all over. The smoke strategy pays off. Chance, they did not care about finding kills. They just wanted to lay down and hide. What a way to end game number 1.
Dude, that was freaking glorious. That was one of the most incredible hardpoint matches I've seen, I think, in Advanced Warfare. That was perfect. They literally did everything right. They didn't have the slaying power. They lost the middle bio hill the first time around. Second time around, they had a strat plan for it. They had smoke classes made, and they were able to hold on by the skin of their teeth, winning by 2 points. That literally is incredible. I love seeing strats like that, and we haven't seen that often at all. That's incredible, and it guaranteed them the win right there. Extremely nice plays, very smart strategy, well played by that entire team. Got outslayed and still was able to pull off the win.
You said Mutiny would give him the hot 3-0. I said that Mutiny would lose the series 3-1. Game number 1 going to go in favor of Mutiny by just 2 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, tweet the stream. We got a great semifinals matchup. Don't go anywhere.